Hey everyone, Tony D and Little Joan here for the first time breaking news. Never done breaking news before. Neither has Little Joan. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, has died at age 87. And this is from the New York Times, so you know it's true. Um, that's a shame, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg was in terrible, terrible health. I mean, first off, 87, it's a very advanced age. She had all kinds of cancer, is my understanding. And it says here, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died on Friday of complications from metastatic pancreatic cancer. You get it on your pancreas, you're in big trouble. I mean, that is not a good diagnosis. Even if you've got all the money in the world, or you're in the government, like RBG. I'll call her RBG. No disrespect. I mean, look, she was an important figure, and they they the people who have made her selection or her replacement such a big issue, they really shouldn't have done that. You know, there are too many people who work in the government for life who continue to work, and I get it. It's when you get to an advanced age, and I'm approaching that at some point, you want to stay active, and I don't blame these people for wanting to stay in their jobs, but when you're 87 and you have cancer, that's and you're just staying in because, well, we don't want to give a choice to Donald Trump. I mean, that says a lot about the lack of trust between the two parties at this point. There is a process to pick justices. It's not like Donald Trump would pick Ted Nugent and put him on the Supreme Court, and then there's nothing you could do about it. He'd pick someone, and we'd go through the whole Justice Kavanaugh thing again. And by the way, that was a S show too, mainly because of the Democrats blowing it way out of proportion. These justices are not. Look, Kavanaugh is not an extremist. He's not. Very few of these people are. If you were nominating Ted Wheeler, I'd be worried. So it's a shame that they kept her in the loop for so long. So now, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. It seems late in the year for them to have to go through the process now. But this is certainly going to cause a lot of drama on the left side of politics. They're just going to go berserk on the Democratic side. They're just going to say, no, you can't appoint anybody now. No, that's not right. You have to wait. You have to wait until after the election. And look, she had undergone surgery for early stage pancreatic cancer in 2009 and treatment for colon cancer in 1999. It's a long time. I mean, she's 87. 20 years ago, she would have been 67, and that's a retirement age. I mean, at that point, really, she should have thought about retiring. I think we really do need some kind of law saying that you got to retire. You got to top it off somewhere. Maybe, I don't know, 75. I mean, maybe it shouldn't be an arbitrary number. Maybe it should be, health, physical kind of thing. But certainly by the time you're, in your mid 70s, I mean, and I know people that are that old that are very spry and with it. So it's not like you can't be, but Jesus, 87. I think maybe 80 should be the cutoff. Once you hit 80, that's it, man. You got to retire. You have to. I I mean, I understand people who continue to work, they can't afford to retire. I'm certainly going to be one of those people. But, you know, RBG, I'm sure she could, you know, plus she's a Supreme Court justice. I'm sure she's got some sort of crazy pension from the government that sets her up for life, just like all the presidents have and various people at her level. So why are we putting old people through this? Why are we putting Biden through this? Even Trump is up there, but like, you know, he seems to thrive in the environment. He seems to be the, you know, unusual one in the mix. But you know, it seems to me that we need people who are a little more together. Little, you know, even George H.W. Bush seemed to do well for his age. I forget how old he was when he was president. I guess that was quite a few years ago. So maybe he wasn't that old, but I think he was approaching his 70s. You know, once you're in your 70s, man, I mean, God, that's a tough nut. You know, and it's not like this is an easy job. You got to read a lot, you know, and you got to think a lot. And granted, look, I've come to, you know, as you get older, you come to realize, oh yeah, with age comes wisdom. Like, I know so many things. I feel that I'm so much smarter than I was, say, 20 years ago, 40 years ago. But you know, then you see a guy like Biden, and he's just falling apart. It's like you gotta draw the line somewhere, and you know, I think it's a shame that they seemed to just drag her out and beg her to stay on simply for partisan reasons. And I really wish, you know, they had not done that to her. If anything, she probably should have retired when Obama was in, you know, and then you wouldn't have had a problem, right? I mean, if you had a limit, let's see, 7 years ago, yeah, would have been perfect timing. She hit 80, then she retires, and then she would have retired under the Obama administration, and you wouldn't even be freaking out right now that Trump gets a third pick. And I know Trump. He's going to push for this before the end of the year. You watch. He's going to push for it, and I don't blame him. You know, if you're going to make all this noise that, oh, we're going to get you out, you know, if you had just calmed down, you'd probably be winning. You'd probably be able to beat Trump easily. But you're not, and you're going to lose, Democrats. And if Trump has anything to say about it, he'll get this done, you know, in a month. maybe this will be his October surprise. Hey, we got a new justice. You know, right now he can't talk that way because she just passed on, of course. But give it a week or two.